Okay, here we go for quiz night 79. But before we start, we're going to give you the best scores from 78. Everybody up over 20 will get a wee mention. So here we go. Janet and Bill, it's a new one, got 24. Jean and Davy got a 30. John and Dawn, their things go on, so they haven't got a chance to do the last two yet, but they will get around it. Rita and Stevie got a 39. Josie and Bill got a 32. Jerry Smith got a 24. And Billy Gray got a 30. So they were all the top scores. So well done, everybody. We're going to try something different again this week. Because I remember, who was it said I liked them? Jean and Davy liked the last sort of picture round where I held up the stuff. So I've got another one which I've called, it's called Dingbats. It's like something like catchphrase. Or I'm going to hold up and you're going to tell me what they are. And to give you a clue, it's all television or films. So it's TV programs or films the subject's going to be, but we're going to start off with round one. Here we go. What type of creature is a flounder? Okay. Number two, a cheesehead is a nickname for people from which state? A cheesehead. Number three, kings or queens is not permitted to enter the House of Commons, but who was the last British monarch to enter it? Number four, on which group of islands did Charles Darwin develop his study of natural selection? And number five, the Ishihara test is used to diagnose which condition? Number six, what TV was the quote, I'm playing all the right notes but not necessarily in the right order? Which TV program or series would that come from? In the song Waltzing Matilda, what is a jumbuck? And the last question in round one is the film The Lost King of Scotland was set in which country? Okay, get them answers down. If you've missed some, if I went too quick, go back. Here we go. Answers are round one. There's Stevie ringing me in the middle of the quiz too. Right. What type of creature is a flounder? That was a fish. A cheesehead is a nickname for people from which state? Wisconsin. And kings or queens is not permitted to enter the House of Commons, but who was the last British monarch to do this? It was George I in 1642. On which group of islands did Charles Darwin develop his theory of natural selection? It was the Galapagos Islands. And the Ishihara test is used to diagnose which condition? Colour blindness. And which TV had the quote, I'm playing all the right notes but not necessarily in the right order? It was Morecambe and Wise. And in the song Waltzing Matilda, what is a jumbuck? It's a sheep. Number 8, the film The Lost King of Scotland is set in which country? Uganda. It's with Idi Amin and all that. They call your man. He's famous. Forrest Whitaker, I think it is. Right, here we go round round number 2. Queen Elizabeth II was the longest reigning UK monarch, followed by Queen Victoria, who was the third longest. Number 2, how many tentacles has a squid? Number 3, in boxing, what weight is directly below heavyweight? Number 4, In which Christmas pantomime would you come across Robin Hood? Number 5. Which country was formerly called Upper Volta? Okay, which country was formerly called Upper Volta? Number 6. In the James Bond novels, what did James Bond drive? What was his car? Now, the novels, not the film. Number 7. In the Disney film Dumbo, what was the name of Dumbo's mother? And the last round in round 2. Which letter in the phonetic alphabet is represented by a sport? Right, get them all down, and I'm going to give the answers to round 2. Queen Elizabeth II was the longest reigning monarch, UK monarch, followed by Queen Victoria, who was the third longest. George III. How many tentacles has a squid? 10. In boxing, what weight is directly below heavyweight? Cruiserweight. And in which Christmas pantomime would you see Robin Hood? Babes in the Wood. In which country was formerly called Upper Volta? Burkina Faso. And in the James Bond novels, what car did he drive? A Bentley. And the Disney film Dumbo, what was the name of Dumbo's mother? Mrs. Jumbo. And which letter in the phonetic alphabet is represented by a sport? It's golf. But here we go on to these dingparts. I hope I've wrote them out good for you and see. And I know they do. I was worried when I put them up there, was it going to come out back to front, but they don't, they come up right. So these are dingbats, and they're clues to well-known films or TV programs, and I'm going to show you. Now, I'm not going to hold it here for 2 minutes, so what you do is you can pause and then you can get a better look and think about it, okay? So if I pull them up, you can pause that. That stops me moving about, and so pause it and get a better look at it. And here we go for number 1. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2. Oh. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. And I haven't got a number 10, so we're going to have to do a quick one here for you. Number 10. Right, so I'll just rearrange these. Hopefully I've got them in the right order. To give you the answers, so both of them are. Here we go with the answers, okay. Number 1, Broadchurch. Number 2, Parkinson. Number 3, the Lion King. The Lion King. Number 4, From Here to Eternity. Next one, The Invisible Man. Under Milk Wood. A Passage to India. One Foot in the Grave. Gorillas in the Mist. And the last one, Gary Cooper, High Noon. Okay, so hope you like them. You either like them or you don't like them. I like them. Like I find them good. Right, we're gonna go on to round 4. Okay, round 4, number 1. Brenda Spencer shot a teacher and a custodian dead in San Diego in 1979, and she also injured 8 children and a policeman. What did she say was the reason she did this? Number 2. Australians call it a dunny. What do we call it? Number 3. Which chemical element is mentioned in the nursery rhyme, Mary, Mary, quite contrary? Number 4. Americans call it a pacifier. What do we call it? Number 5. Which word can mean standing up from a seated position and also the name of a flower? Number 6. In relation to alcohol, what does IPA stand for? IPA. Number 7. What is a person's weight in kilos divided by their height in meters squared, commonly known as? And number 8. Which world famous event took place on the July the 29th, 1981? Right, that's your round 4 questions. So here we go with the answers. Okay, if you haven't done that, pause. If you want to go back on some of them, because I'm going to give the answers right. Here we go. Brenda Spencer shot a teacher and a custodian dead in San Diego in 1979. She also injured 8 children and a police officer. What was the reason she gave that she done this? I don't like Mondays. That was recorded by the Boomtown Rats for that song. I don't like Mondays. Number 2, Australians call it the dunny. What do we call it? Toilet. Number 3, which chemical element is mentioned in the nursery rhyme Mary, Mary, quite contrary? It's silver. Silver bell. Silver. And Americans call it a pacifier. What do we call it? It's a dummy. A dummy. And what word can mean sitting up from a seated position and also the name of a flower? It's rose. Number 6, in relation to alcohol, what does IPA stand for? India Pale Ale. And what is a person's height in kilos divided by their height in meters squared, commonly known as? BMI, or body mass index. And the last one in round 4. Which world famous event took place on July the 29th, 1981? It's the wedding of Prince Charles and Diana. Right, here we go on the last round. Don't forget to let me know your scores either through your Facebook, WhatsApp, text message. Tell me if you see me in the street, ring me. YouTube, anything like that. Give me your scores. If you get over 20, you'll get a mention in the next edition of the quiz. Here we go. Number 1. What Chinese city was the source of the What Chinese city was the source of the coronavirus outbreak in 2019? Number 2. In which decade of the 20th century was insulin first used to treat diabetes? Number 3. Who said the famous quote, "Work is the curse of the drinking classes"? Number 4. In Scrabble, there are 2 tiles with a value of 8 points. Name me any one for a point. Number 5. What country does Retsina wine come from? Retsina wine. And number 6. What shape is farfalle pasta? Is that how you say it? Farfalle or farfalle? Farfalle. What shape is farfalle pasta? Number 7. What do the bingo numbers Kelly's Eye, Unlucky for Some, and Doctor's Orders add up to? Okay. What do the bingo numbers Kelly's Eye, Unlucky for Some, and Doctor's Orders add up to? And the last one for this week. In which country is the holy city of Mecca? Okay. Right, get them answers down. Right, here we go. What Chinese city was the source of the coronavirus outbreak in 2019? Wuhan. In which decade of the 20th century was insulin first used to treat diabetes? It was first used in the 1920s. Who said the famous quote, "Work is the curse of the drinking classes"? Oscar Wilde. And in Scrabble, there are two tiles with a value of 8. Name any one for a point. J or X. So if you've got a J or X, give yourselves a point. In which country does Retsina wine come from? Greece. And number 6, what shape is farfalle pasta? It's bow-shaped. Number 7, what do the bingo numbers Kelly's Eye, Unlucky for Some, and Doctor's Orders add up to? Well, Kelly's Eye is 1, Unlucky for Some is 13, and Doctor's Orders is number 9, so it's 23. And in which country is the holy city of Mecca? Saudi Arabia. Right, that's all you got, your lad. Let me know if you like them dingbats, them dingbat questions. I like them. Okay, have a good weekend. See you soon.